Hey guys, we're here in the kitchen today with my pal Lucy, and some of you know 2 years ago she had cancer and had to have her front leg removed, so now she is my happy little hop along. And ever since that happened, it got me thinking about what she eats, because she had early onset kidney stones, and my other dog had pancreatitis, so he needed low fat and she needed low protein. So finding a dog food that encompassed both those needs was impossible. So we started looking into cooking our own dog food, and it actually is so much better for them. And if you do research, the longest living dogs out there now are 29 and 30 years old, and they eat home cooked diets. So we did a lot of research, and I'm actually a certified dog nutritionist now. So I am going to show you all one of our recipes. I don't know if you guys know, but I'm starting my own dog food company. It's going to be called Three Paws Kitchen, and we're going to be launching next month. And we're going to have 2 different recipes. We're going to have our test kitchen. We're testing recipes now. So one of the recipes we're working on is a chicken pasta, and our other meal is a beef stew, which they're both delicious. They're both made with homemade human grade ingredients, and they're both perfectly balanced for your dogs. And I'm going to show you now how we make it. So let's get started. You ready, Luce? She is super excited. Huh? All right, we're gonna put you down. I'm gonna wash my hands. So earlier today, I took a 1-pound chicken breast. I baked it in the oven at 400 degrees for 20 minutes. And then I took it out and I put it in the food processor and I chopped it up. So now I've got my ground chicken. We've also got 6 hard-boiled eggs. I kept the shells, and we grind up the shells really, really small because the shells are actually packed full of calcium. And so we're gonna grind those up into a powder, and we're gonna add that as well. I've got some gala apples with the skins on. If you can see that. Got some garbanzo beans or chickpeas, whichever you call them. I call them either one. I've got walnut oil. It's very good for linoleic acid, which is great for lowering heart disease. Add a little bit of frozen spinach, some green peas, some green beans, broccoli, butternut squash, and baby carrots. So basically what I do is I take one protein and mix it with a ton of my dog's favorite vegetables. All of them are different. I switch them out each time depending on which ones are on sale at the grocery store. Ideally for my customers, I would love to do organic and fresh. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, so let's get started. So I'm gonna take the chicken now, and I'm going to add that to my big old pot here. These are petite peas. I would stick them through the food processor, but they never chop up that thick for that small. So I'm just going to throw 1 bag. There is, how many ounces is this? 12 ounces in this bag. Throw that right in the pot. We do 1 16-ounce bag of green peas. Where's my scissors go? I'm gonna put these through the food processor. Comes out looking just like that. Doesn't that look great? Next up, we do a bag of the broccoli. By the way, this Ninja food processor, life-changing. Back in the day, I used to have to chop all this up by hand. This Ninja Man Makes it so much easier. All right, the butternut squash. My dogs love this. I only put like a quarter of a bag of spinach in because too much spinach can be bad for them. So we don't want to put too much, but a little bit is really good for them. So we just put in like a quarter of the bag for each batch. Lastly, everybody's favorites, carrots. Almost forgot the chickpeas. And I just did 1 can. I mentioned how much I love this Ninja. It's amazing. Ninja, if you're watching, want to sponsor me? Hey. All right, and now the last thing I'm going to put in just to cook up is the whole wheat pasta. And I made a cup and a half of dried pasta, cooked that up. And now we're going to add that. All right, as you can see, my pot's getting, well, you can't really see, but my pot's getting pretty full over here. So we're just going to add 19 teaspoons. I know that sounds like a lot. I probably could just translate it into tablespoons, but it's 19 teaspoons of walnut oil. And the dogs absolutely love my recipes. And I have some of the pickiest eaters on the planet, which is crazy because my dog growing up used to eat my Barbie clothes and poop them out in the backyard and eat rabbit turds, and she lived for a really long time. And now I have one of the pickiest eaters on the planet. You change one thing in the recipe, he refuses to eat it. He will starve himself for days. So my recipes are picky eater approved. Just gonna add some water to it. A lot of people like to add broth, but I feel like that adds too much salt, and dogs don't need a lot of salt, and they don't have the palate that we do, so they don't really care. Like, it doesn't need to be super like overly flavorful, because like it's just overkill, you know? It's already chicken and pasta and vegetable flavored. Doesn't need anything else. All right, I'm just gonna leave that on the stove for about 20 minutes. Let it just simmer and have all the vegetables cook and everything just meld together. And then at the end, I'm going to add the eggshells. I'm gonna chop up some hard-boiled eggs and put them in. And we're gonna add the apples at the very end so that they keep their crispiness and they keep their, like, you know, all the juices get sucked in at the end. So, I'll be back shortly. Not sure if it recorded or not, but if you missed it, I added the hard-boiled eggs, I added the eggshells, and I chopped up an apple, and I put that in as well. So now we're just gonna stir it up a little bit. We are gonna take it off the stove and put it into containers, and voila, that's the end of it. So let's see what we got. Totally finished. I've containered everything up. Out of that one batch, we got about 4.5 quart containers, and each container will last me about a week. So I've got about a month's worth of dog food here. So I love that. I love that I can make a big batch and then freeze it, and then I'm all set for every day. I just take one out as I need it, thaw it out, put it in a bowl, and microwave it just to, you know, get it back to room temperature, and I feed it to my dogs. And they absolutely love this. So I'd love to hear what you guys think, what your guys' favorite dog recipes are, what your dog's favorite fruits and veggies are, like what you do like, what you don't like, any questions you guys have, because we're gonna be rolling this out soon. So this is what the finished product looks like. How great does that look like? You can see like all the colors. It just looks so healthy and so good and so yummy. And the dogs absolutely love it. Like all the oranges and greens, it just looks healthy. It's, you know, you're never gonna catch this out of a can. So we're gonna go ahead and see how Miss Lucy likes it.
Put food loose?